the way. And there's nothing as bad in this life as missing your way. What we wisdom do, if you don't have wisdom, what will the wisdom of God do to you? God's wisdom will make you strong and stable. Learn that a woman of wisdom, no matter, regardless of whom she marries, she'll be able to stand her ground in any situation. Likewise, a man of wisdom, regardless of whom he marries, will be able to stand any situation. In your place of work, if you have the wisdom of God, you'll be able to stand any situation. This wisdom of God it does not come by our own efforts. We were told that the wisdom is an obtainment and not an attainment. It is a gift, not an effort. In 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7 to 8, it reads, "But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit of the word of wisdom." We can see from this passage that the wisdom of God is a gift and is not by our own effort. The wisdom of God, it is something God gives to us as a package of grace. If you are wise, you can stand any situation, whether there is wealth or poverty, whether there is fame or ridicule. You'll be able to stand your ground. We were told that a wise man with little or no resources can have a profound effect, whereas a foolish man with multiple resources can suddenly become negligent and a castaway. In James chapter 1, verse 5 to 6, it reads, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all man liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed." Pastor told us last week that whenever we ask of anything in prayers, that we should believe that God has given us. If something in your mind is telling you another thing that does not synchronize with what God is saying, you should rebuke the devil immediately. Pastor said God is going to handle our intentions, but we should handle our voice. For God to answer your prayers, you must, number one, seek wisdom from God. Deliver yourself from a stubborn disposition. Deliver yourself from stiff-necked personality. Deliver yourself from a rigid approach to life. You must be meek, accessible, mindable, so that God can teach you wisdom. The Bible says the meek shall guide in his ways, and it is the Lord that teacheth people wisdom. To get wisdom, you must submit to the leadership of God, and then you must be spiritually minded. Paul tells us about two types of mind. We have the carnal mind and the spiritual mind. The carnal mind sees things from the human point of view, whereas the spiritual mind, we see things from the spiritual point of view. Pastor gave an illustration that Jesus Christ coming into this world to come and die for us. To the carnal mind, it looks as if God neglected him on the cross. But to the spiritual mind, he came for our salvation. What will wisdom tell you? Wisdom will tell you not just to open your mouth in any situation, to study and look properly, to be a solution giver. Pastor said we must prefer solution in any situation we find ourselves. Wisdom will direct your steps. It will help you to meditate and to think. Then to have wisdom, Pastor said we should run away from small foolishness. What is small foolishness? Small foolishness is trying to take actions or make decisions that may look very small, but can destroy your whole life. And so that small foolishness is everywhere. Example like shouting back at your boss, going into a man's house at night, not paying your tithe. These are examples of small foolishness, and we must run away from all these things. And we must ask God that God should give us wisdom. In conclusion, Pastor said, for you to succeed, you must always say, God, give me wisdom. Thank you for listening.
After all that I've been through, what else will I turn to? I look to you. I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I can't be strong. I look to you. I look to you. I look to you. When all melody It's in you I hear a song. I look to
About to lose my breath. Had no more fire to live. Sinking to rise no more. Searching for that open door. And every road that I take in, let my regret. But I don't know as I'm gonna make it. Nothing to do but lift my head. I look to you. I look to you, God. After all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong. I look to you. When melodies are gone, in you I hear a song. I look to you. I look to you. My levees are broken, my walls have come tumbling down on me. Say the rain is falling, the rain is falling, the fear is gone. See, I need you to set me free. Take me far away from the battle. Shine on me. I look to you. Strength is gone. In you I can be strong. I look to you. I look to you. When melodies gone, it is in you I hear a song. I look to you. To you. After all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong. In you I can be strong. I look to you. I look. Yes, I look to you, Jesus. When all melodies are gone. When melodies are gone. It's in you I hear a song. Yes, I look to you. I look to you. Yes, I look to you, Jesus. I look to you. Yes, I look to you, Jesus. I look to you. Thank you, 'cause we look to you. Hallelujah.
We are coming. Just clap for them very well. Today is the last Sunday of the church year. From next Sunday, we are beginning a new church year. And let's clap for the Lord. So for this 1 year, we have had a good church year. In 3 centers. One will be in Benin, one will be in the United States, and it will be here. So this is the last leadership center when everything will be holding in 1 year in this place. So that's why I consider this period very significant. You see, in life, there's one thing I've always valued, and I won't tell you it, and I want to give it to you. Any of his servants, anywhere, any place, don't debate it, just do it. And you will begin to see ripples and ripples and ripples and ripples of blessings. This anniversary, we've given very many instructions. But the simplest one I've given is go and register. Go and register. I labor a lot in prayer. I don't announce it. I don't tell people this. Almost every night I'm up 2 a.m. And I pray long hours, long time with the Lord. And sometimes he just tells me to pray for certain people. Today, as I woke up this morning, he told me to pray for a consultant that doesn't even come to this church. Mentioned his name. Mentioned the wife's name. And told me that I will go and visit them. And I should give a gift to the man. And I should comfort the family. Now each time, I don't know anything happening to them. I don't know what trouble they have. But each time I keep praying for the members of this church. Do you know what the Lord tells me? Let them obey what you tell them. If they obey, it will work. If they don't obey, no matter how many times you fast and pray, it won't work. So, just obey. Don't take yourself as special. You know, yesterday when we were walking, please let us see that pictures. We walked around, and after the program, one of the ministers called me. He said, that he saw me walking with people, and that normally general overseers will not do that. And that she now made a statement and said, there are some things God looks at that human beings don't look at. But to me, I didn't see anything in it. But something happened. When we finished the program that day and we rounded the meeting, I was about to go. In fact, one of the ministers who left her car, I said she should join me. But as I was about to enter the car, the Lord said, wait, don't go. It was really very serious because I had woken up at 3 to do about an hour plus prayer. I've done a long walk. And while we were here, I stood for 2 hours. I never sat down. And then the Lord said, wait. So while we were waiting, the last group of people came. And he said, I joined them. So I joined them. We all danced. You can see all of us in the horse. Dancing, clapping, singing. The Lord said, this is the reason I said you should wait. So as I was about to go, Father Gagwe now said, please, sir, bless us. And we all knelt down. And I bowed my head 3 times before God. The anointing that came upon me that day, yesterday, because I obeyed that word, don't go, cannot be explained. Cannot be explained. And those of you who were there, you saw the kind of prayer that was prayed that day. I didn't plan to exhort. I didn't plan to say anything. But I gave a little exhortation. That is the power of obedience. Sometimes God tells you to obey when it is very inconveniencing. Like this morning, when I saw the way they were raising offering and I saw the needs of this church for the offering, the Lord just told me silently, empty everything you have in your account and give it to the church and let them do this job. I'm tired of people just raising money for just little things. And he gave me peace. So after the meeting, I called the welfare team. I called that. What do you have? I don't have much because all the books that I published on my own. The church didn't give me any money. All the books that's coming out, this thing. But I'm going to go further. Because whenever God says obey, whenever he says obey, there's some power. So I want you to be, you see, the Lord told me some time ago, that's last week. He said there's what they call the spirit of disobedience. It's a spirit. I also tell my children that. He says it is the spirit that worketh in the children of disobedience. That is the unbelievers. But that occasionally some Christians will catch that spirit. And they will be stubborn. They will be hard. They will resist. They will be difficult. They will get a different opinion. But he said they don't know what they are doing. It is the spirit of disobedience. And that we need to break that spirit. So I want to encourage us as we go to this season. As I'm talking to you, I can just feel the heat of the power of God upon me right now. As we go on this season, I want you to just obey. Just obey. Register, register. Do this, do this. Just obey. Don't worry about you'll be blessed. They will give you things. They will give you things. Just obey. I don't want to give testimonies because as some of my friends in that corner has warned me not to be giving testimonies anyhow. I mean, I can see them in the middle zone. I don't want to give testimonies anyhow, but I can tell you there's something happening. There's something happening. And that statement he made, Imafidon made, let's say that we are not announcing Club 52 in big number, but we're already on it. So please, this paper is going to be given to every one of us. Read it and join it after the anniversary. But you can start going to giving the accounts if you are already a member. And there's a questionnaire here, GPI questionnaire. Let us try and fill that questionnaire. The other thing I want to say, in the mind of any leader, he has already concluded that he made a mistake. But if he tells you, go and do this, and the next thing you do is solution. My colleagues in this church, the Lord said I should pray especially for them. Because this is the first time in the history of my life in this church, in this city, that I've had a group of people organize a meeting without disturbing me. The only hint I had was one day in the world round. And after the world round, it was Yemi that said to me, he said, sir, you are going to be 60 this year. And next year. Was it next year or this? I don't know if this year told me or last year. I said, yes, what is it? He said, it's very significant. That's the last I heard. The next thing I heard is that I heard that things were going on and going on and going on and going on. I didn't know. And I had to call Adeni. One time I called Adeni. Adeni now wrote me, say, please go and talk to Adewale. Go and talk to Adewale. I don't go and talk to Adewale. I don't know anything about it. I felt it was very unfair to me. So I kept on saying it until himself and Irabo came to my office and said, please, sir, we don't want you to participate in this thing. We know you believe in excellence. We don't want you to participate. I said, how can you not want me to participate? The date they chose, Dr. Adewale made some suggestion here and there, here and there. Before I could even decide on the date, I first of all had it, the date, in our meeting, secular meeting, when Dr. Sanusi said, we know about July 19th. And we have seen everything happening. I said, what have you seen? Then the next time I heard it was when I went to UCH, Professor Falashe, he wrote most of our medical books. He said, Gregory, has it been done now? I said, what is being done? So the man kept quiet. Professor Nodeko asked me, how far with the program? I said, what is the program? I'm telling you the truth. Those of you follow me to the program, you know. I mean, somebody in this church followed me. Then somebody in pediatrics asked me, how far is the arrangement? I said, which arrangement? So everybody was tired. This group of people, the only money I gave, I'm sure they will reform me that money later, is 5,000 naira. I gave to this day journalist to come for that program. I didn't contribute anything. In fact, I was going home when I went into the small room and I knew there was another party. That's the first time I've danced in party. Because it was so well arranged. You know? And the VC told me that a prophet is without honor except in his own place. And I want to thank God that these people are great. I want to say one last thing, which I said in the first service. 2 consultants came to my house the day after. He said, I need to see what people were writing in the WhatsApp. He said, sir, you will shed tears. And that the wife had to ask him, did this your man, did he plan this thing 20 years ago? I said, I didn't plan anything. I didn't know anything. So we want to thank God for them. Let the four of them come out in the church. Come on, let's as a church rise up and tell them thank you. Let them come on, let them come on. Dr. Adewale, Dr. Awukpeju, Dr. Adeniyi, Dr. Rabo, and any of them, don't let them come out. Let them come out. I know they don't like to be, they don't want to, their left hand, their right hand. Dr. Yewo, Mr. Yewo is here. All right, Mr. Yewo, come up. Where is she? All right. Clap for them now, clap for them. Clap for them. Clap for them. Clap for them. Clap. Clap for them.